So somebody last week commented that this jacket that Kody's wearing was not available in 2022 when this fight was filmed. I didn't really think much of it because, when people repeat stuff on my comments, who knows? But I saw this Reddit today. I'm not on Reddit a ton because the same reason I don't watch a lot of other creators. I want to make sure that I'm not just repeating what everyone else is doing. But I do keep an eye out. I assume that's Cole. I don't know what that company is. I don't know if it's misspelled. I'm guessing it's not, and I just have never heard of this company. But they replied, and I guess they replied and said, hey, when was this jacket available? Because the idea was if it wasn't available in 2022, then we know for a fact that it was filmed in either late 2023 or early 2024 in the high mountains where like places like Flagstaff, Aspen, places like that are. We can get snow. We can get big snow October through April. So it's not really limited. So one of the theories was they refilmed this after Garrison's passing, or it just was filmed at a much later time. And they felt like because everyone's having problems with Kody, they should address it. And they moved the footage sooner. So this is their reply. Thank you for reaching out. We're unaware of the situation with the show, but we appreciate the context as to why we received so many random inquiries about when the color Deep Pond Dark Khaki was released in different jackets. This information helps us provide an informed response. Deep Pond Dark Khaki was a seasonal color in the multiple jackets created in our fall 2023 line. This jacket in the photo you provided is the Stretch Voyeur jacket. The Stretch Voyeur jacket in Deep Pond Deep Khaki could have been purchased in August or later from our website. It's also possible the jacket could have been purchased from one of our authorized retailers sometime starting in June. The jacket was not available to the public in 2022. So clearly this is filmed later. This is not a real shock in the sense that we thought the family scene, I thought Ari looked significantly older than what they were saying that she would have been. She looked significantly older to me than we saw in the Thanksgiving footage. And as well as the upcoming Christmas photo. I'll get some comparisons so we can compare and contrast. People also thought that the scene between Janelle and Gabe was later because he cut his hair pretty significantly. And I haven't double checked. I just woke up, sorry. I haven't double checked, but I believe the big hair chop was much later than prior to Christmas. So it does look like they're mixing and matching these scenes. It doesn't bother me nearly as much as the constant reusing of information, like where we're seeing only I'd rather have a new scene that's not quite in the right spot. I do think having it off by a year is pretty significant. I think that's kind of a big deal when we're talking about like how happy Kody is. It is useful to me though, who's creating this timeline, which is this idea that Kody's not getting better. He's not pulling his life together. He seems to be just as much as a hot mess as he is in 2024 as he was in 2022, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of like, oh, he hated these women and he's happier. He never would have married them. Well, gee, there's a lot of anger for a dude who never, ever loved them. Whereas the women who fully admit, yeah, I loved him. I value my family. I wouldn't change anything. This really bums me out. Do seem to be moving on at a normal rate. They do seem to be saying, hey, that sucks. That's a bummer. But I'm excited to build a new life that I want. I'm excited to move forward. I'm excited to engage. Like there was the Christine and Janelle interview this last week was like, you know what? We need to make sure that we're talking every couple weeks, not just texting. And we need to be getting together more often to maintain these relationships. That is a normal thing to say. That's something my best friend and I sometimes say when we get really busy and we're like, oh, we haven't talked in 3 weeks. We can't do that. We need this support. We need this ongoing support. We can't go we went like 8 years without seeing each other because she had breast cancer, her husband had leukemia, we had the pandemic, all of that. And we saw each other recently and we were like, okay, we cannot let it go this long again. Like we've got to be like trying to meet up every year or two, even though we're on a bajillion miles apart. So anyway, my point being, it seems like we're confirmed that they are moving scenes by by at least a year. It's very possible that this fight was filmed in 2023. It might have been filmed after Garrison. But the thing about it is, I don't think anyone's surprised. Everyone's like, this was not a real scene. This was two people who went outside. Maybe they had a real fight. I have no doubt they have fights. I think for all of Kody's talking about Robyn being loyal, she throws him under the bus way more than I think any of his wives did while they were still together. She's happy to make him the villain as long as she looks good. The earlier wives were constantly doing the reverse. They were constantly being like, oh, it's my fault. I'm so sorry, Kody, that I said that, you might not be the perfect person. It's my issue because I'm jealous of the fact that we never see you and Robyn sees you all the time. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so there you go. There's some confirmation on that if you were all worried about it, which I don't know if anyone was.